Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're going to dig into a new roadmap that could seriously change how we all think about assets in decentralized finance. Okay, let's just jump right in with the big idea here. Ask yourself this: what if you could take an asset, separate its potential future profit from the asset itself, and then trade that future profit on an open market right now, today? Well, that wild idea? It's exactly what a project called Atlas is tackling head on. They've just laid out a super detailed roadmap explaining how they're going to make this whole thing a reality. And look, this isn't just some vague promise or a white paper dream. Atlas has laid out a really clear, structured 5-phase plan. So in this explainer, we're going to walk through each step to see exactly how this ambitious vision is supposed to come together. All right, so everything kicks off right here in phase 1. This is the bedrock, the foundational technology that makes everything else even possible, splitting the core asset from the income it generates. To wrap your head around this, the concept is actually pretty intuitive when you think about it like this. Imagine you own an apple orchard. This technology would let you sell the rights to this year's entire apple harvest right now for cash in your pocket without ever having to sell the orchard itself. You keep the land, you keep the trees, that's your principal, while someone else buys the rights to the future income, the apples. So how do they actually do this on a technical level? Well, under the hood, it's a 3-step dance. First, an asset, like Cardano's ADA, gets wrapped into a standard token called a CSY. Just think of it like putting the asset into a special box that the system can understand. Then, the protocol literally splits that box into 2 brand new, totally distinct parts. And boom, out of that split, you get 2 totally new assets. You get a principal token, the PT, which is your claim on the original asset, the orchard in our analogy, and at the same time, you get a yield token, the YT, and that is the tradable right to all the future income that asset generates, the apples. Now, you might be thinking, okay, cool trick, but why does it matter? Well, this simple split is way more than just a technical gimmick. By separating these 2 things, Atlas is unlocking entirely new financial markets on Cardano. It allows people to speculate on, to hedge, or to just trade future yield itself. This creates a whole new level of capital efficiency and opens the door for brand new strategies for both making money and managing risk. All right, so once that foundational tech is locked in, we move on to the next phase. This is where Atlas stops looking inward and starts building bridges out to other projects and other ecosystems. And that first bridge, it's to connect with other major players. They're planning to integrate assets from some of the leading DePIN, that's decentralized physical infrastructure projects. You can see the initial partners right here, and their assets can be wrapped and split using that same core technology. And make no mistake, the ambition here is crystal clear. By bringing in more and more assets from all over the ecosystem, the goal is to become the one-stop shop, the single largest marketplace for any and every type of yield on Cardano. But connecting with other crypto projects is just the start. The next bridge is arguably the even bigger one. It connects Atlas to the world of institutional finance, and they're doing it through a native integration with Midnight, Cardano's privacy-focused partner chain. And you don't have to guess why they're doing this. The roadmap spells it out, plain as day. This quote says it all. Their integration with Midnight isn't just a nice feature. They see it as critical for bringing in the big money, the institutional capital that always requires higher levels of privacy and compliance. So what does this partnership actually unlock? Well, it enables the kind of privacy-preserving financial strategies that big institutions demand. It allows for secure markets between multiple parties, and it's designed to create a massive flow of capital back and forth between the main Cardano chain and Midnight. Okay, so we've got the core tech built and the key integrations are in place. Now we get to what I like to call the power-up phase. This is where Atlas evolves from just a specialized tool into a comprehensive, all-in-one financial platform. And they are not messing around with the feature set. I mean, look at what's on the drawing board here. Stuff like perpetuals trading, a full-blown decentralized exchange, advanced trading strategies, and even the ability to use your principal and yield tokens as collateral for loans. What this all adds up to is a really powerful vision for this phase, to become the first ecosystem where yields, derivatives, tokenization, and liquidity all come together and interact under a single roof. And that brings us to the final, and frankly, the most ambitious phase of the entire roadmap. This is where the story goes from being about a project on Cardano to something much, much bigger. The ultimate vision, the end game, is to break free from the boundaries of a single blockchain. The plan is to extend this standardized yield layer across other ecosystems, making it a universal chain-agnostic network for any type of yield, anywhere. And the sheer breadth of this final vision is what's so incredible. We're not just talking about crypto tokens anymore. This is about creating a single protocol designed to handle any yield-bearing asset you can imagine, from NFTs all the way to tokenized real-world assets. So you see the journey, right? This final phase represents a massive transformation. Atlas aims to evolve from a protocol serving one community into a foundational, interconnected yield network for the entire decentralized finance industry. It's a hugely ambitious final step. And that whole journey leaves us with a really fascinating question to think about. Is this it? Is a universal, composable market for yield, where the future earnings of literally any asset can be instantly priced and traded? Is that the final evolution, the ultimate form of what decentralized finance can actually become? It's a powerful idea to chew on.